Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Engineer Hussein Mwasapi. So in this video, we'll be looking at a fluid mechanics problem. And before we begin, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get to it. So the question itself reads to say, an unknown immiscible liquid seeps into the bottom of an open oil tank. Now some measurements indicate that the depth of the unknown liquid is 1.5 meters. And the depth of the oil, which is the other fluid in particular, has a specific weight of 8.5 kilonewtons per meter cubed. And this same fluid again is floating on top and it's having a depth of 1.5 meters. Now a pressure gauge connected to the bottom of the tank reads 65 kilopascals. What is the specific gravity of the unknown liquid? What is the specific gravity of the unknown liquid? Alright, so now one thing I have to make you understand is that this type of problem is a classic hydrostatic problem. Most people would say a fluid static problem, but it's one and the same thing. So now how best can we understand this? Now let us look at a simple sketch. So if we create our own tank and we have our tank, giving it an interface, let's call this the interface. Now we're giving it an interface simply because we have an unknown immiscible liquid. So this liquid cannot mix with the other. Now we're being told that this unknown immiscible liquid seeps into the bottom, making it denser. As a result, the fluid at the bottom is the unknown fluid. And this fluid is having a depth of 1.5 meters. 1.5 meters. So this is 1.5 meters thick. And now we've been told that the depth of the oil, the other particular fluid floating on top, is 5. So the fluid is oil and it is having a depth of 5 meters, which means it's 5 meters thick. So this is our tank. Alright, now with that much said, let us now continue to analyze our problem. Now the question also tells us to say that the pressure gauge at the bottom of the tank, or rather the open tank in this context, reads the gauge pressure. Now the gauge pressure we're being told here is a reading of 65 kilopascals, which is the hydrostatic pressure due to the column of the oil and the unknown liquid. Now with this said, let us create an equation with respect to the gauge pressure. So we're having the pressure, the gauge pressure. Let's just call it pressure at A. Now remember, pressure is, in this context, how we're trying to understand the behavior of these immiscible fluids with respect to their height. So we're going to the pressure gauge is equal to the specific weight of the oil times the height of the oil plus the specific weight of the unknown fluid times the height of the unknown fluid. And this will be the equation we're going to use. Let's call it star. If we collect data from what we have, now the specific weight of the oil is given in the question, and this specific weight is 8.5 kilonewtons per meter cubed. And the specific weight of the unknown fluid is not known. The height of the oil is 5, like we analyzed, 5 meters, and the height of the unknown fluid is 1.5 meters. Then remember that the pressure gauge reading is 65 kilopascals. Now most people would want to practically convert these units to newtons and then start solving. But if you want, if you look at the way the nature of the question is, we have kilo, meter, meter, we can solve it the way it is to make it a little bit easier for us. Alright, now moving back to star, if we plug and chug, we're having pressure at A, 65, being equal to the specific weight of the oil, which is 8.5 multiplied by the height, which is the thickness, 5, plus the specific weight of the unknown fluid, which we don't know, times its thickness, 1.5. So this would be a little bit of algebra, and if we do our math right here, we are saying that 8.5 times 5 will give us 42.5. So having 65 being equal to 42.5 plus specific weight of the unknown times 1.5 will be 1.5 times the specific weight of the unknown. If we make the specific weight of the unknown the subject of the formula by making the 42.5 to jump the equal sign, I don't even know why it jumps, but if you find the additive inverse, you will realize that you will have 1.5 specific weight of the unknown being equal to 65 minus 42.5. And if we do our math and say 65 minus 42.5, we'll be having a value of 22.5. So we're having 1.5 specific weight of the unknown being equal to 22.5, making the specific weight of the unknown the subject of the formula. We're dividing both ends by 1.5. Then this side 1.5, cancel. Specific weight of the unknown will now be, so if you use your calculators and do the division, you will have your value of 15, which is the specific weight of the unknown substance, which is also going to be in kilonewtons per meter cubed. All right, I know that this sounds or feels like a relief, but we're not yet done. The question itself is asking us to find the specific gravity of the unknown fluid. Now, how do we find the specific gravity of the unknown fluid? Now, to find the specific weight of a fluid given the specific gravity of that particular fluid, other than it being water, we have to understand that the specific weight of any other fluid that is unknown will be equal to the specific gravity of that unknown fluid times the specific weight of water at a particular temperature. Could be 4, could be 3.9. This is a specific weight of water. Now, with that much said, let us now create or make the specific gravity of the unknown the subject of the formula. And if we do that, we're saying the specific gravity of the unknown will just be equal to the specific weight of the unknown divided by the specific weight of water. And the specific weight of the unknown, we have found it to be what? 15. So we're saying that this will be 15 divided by, remember, 15 kilonewtons per meter cubed. And if we divide this by 9.881 kilonewtons per meter cubed, remember, I know if you are using newtons, you would have used 9810, but now we're using kilonewtons, so we're just going to say 9.81. And if we do our division, we'll be having the specific gravity of the unknown fluid to be equal to 1.53 rounded off, that is. And specific gravity doesn't really have units, it's dimensionless, and this will be your final answer. Now this can look like a handful, but with a little bit of practice you get a hang of it. Alright, thanks for watching. Remember, slow progress is better than no progress, and let's strategize before we become a statistic. Let's try and push for that A+.